Wowza. Not wowza. This movie, the card counter made my jaw drop. Scared the crap out of me. Made me feel so weird. Well, not weird, so scared, so shocked. So it made me feel a lot of things. Um, at the end, it made me feel really good. And I was like, oh my God, holy, whoa, weird. Oh man. Movie made me feel weird things. This is not your this is not your mama's movie. Actually, it is your mama's movie. This is actually your grandpa's movie. Your grandpa's, your father's, your older people's movie. The Card Counter, a Martin Scorsese presents The Card Counter, but it is written and directed by Paul Schrader. Paul Schrader or Schrader? I was like, who is Paul Schrader? I'm in my I'm I know a little bit. Well, I don't know the name. I'm gonna be honest, I was like, I don't know who the hell the name is. I know who Martin Scorsese is, but who is Paul Schrader? Paul Schrader wrote Taxi Driver and a slew of a lot of other great movies. So in this movie, Paul Schrader writes and directs this movie. So it isn't directed by Martin Scorsese, it's just presented by Martin Scorsese. So I said, okay, that's interesting. The movie needed a draw. Every movie that is put out needs a draw. And this one for me, sadly and embarrassing. I've seen so many damn movies. I needed something. I think I seen the movie Anora by accident. Just because I was bored. Sometimes being bored is when you discover the fucking best movies. All right, so I was bored and I was sick of all this garbage movie. So I was like, man, I need something. I need a draw. I need something that draws me in, a movie that draws me in. And when you've seen so many damn movies and nothing shocks you anymore, you need something. You go for the scraps, you go for the rating. And this was rated R and it had graphic nudity. So I said, you know what? If this movie sucks, the very worst, the very least is I get to see some boobies or something. That was not the case in this movie. There was zero boobs. So that's a little guilty um confession there. But it's because I was bored, man. I've seen so many damn movies. I need something good. The other draw was the card counter. He counts cards. I like blackjack. Um, so I said, all right, card counter. That's cool. The other draw, Martin Scorsese. I said, oh shit, Martin Scorsese movie. I gotta check it out. But it's not a Martin Scorsese movie, so I got screwed by that. And also, it had Tiffany Haddish. Tiffany Haddish was another draw. She is gorgeous, and I think she's gorgeous. So that was another draw. There's like 5 draws in this movie. Ironically, this movie only made $5 million in the box office because I've never heard of it. Probably didn't have the same draw to younger audiences. It's rated R, so it's not going to draw families. And old people don't really go to the movies that much, I believe. So I'm watching this movie and I'm like, all right, let me see how this goes. And the movie is a very slow burn. Very slow burn movie. It was kind of cool. I'm like, oh, this is cool, but it's like a slow burn, man. It's it's like a slow burn. This is a movie that you need to watch it in a certain way. Now, mind you, to understand this movie, you need to have watched other movies or to know a little bit about history. So, before you watch this movie, you need to watch this documentary, which is graphic, very graphic, and lots of nudity, but male nudity and torture and blood and guts. It's this movie called Taxi to the Dark Side, which I happened to watch before I even watched this movie. That documentary will help you understand this movie a little bit more, and it will make this movie a lot better. If you do not watch Taxi from the Dark Side and you don't know crap about history, U.S. history, especially history of POWs and torture and all that stuff, then you probably will not understand this movie unless you actually know that. So it is very advised you watch this movie, Taxi to the Dark Side, prior to watching this movie, The Card Counter. They go hand in hand. If you like poker and gambling, casinos, and then you're gonna be amused. If you do not like poker, and gambling or casinos, then you're probably not gonna be amused. But the movie is very slow, but it is a story. It is an insane story. It is done insanely. It is like old school storytelling. Um, it makes you feel. If you, I could have watched this movie for like an hour and 20 minutes, and I would have shut it off, and I would have said, "This movie sucks. This movie's too slow. Don't know where the hell it's going." But think whatever that I stuck with it, because most of the juice is after an hour and 20 minutes. That's how slow this damn movie is. It's not meant for modern audiences. It's a great movie, but it's just not for. It's not. It's like this movie was written for the 1980s. It was written for a crowd from the 1980s, man. It's not written for a 2026 people times where we have phones and distractions and stuff like that. This movie is like you have to go back in time. This movie is insane. The writing is nuts. And I just finished watching the movie. Before this, I watched this movie called Challengers with Zendaya, and the writing on this one is freaking garbage, s. But it had better fan service than the Card Counter. But that aside, when you watch a work of art and you don't get the fan service that you wanted or expected, it doesn't matter, because you got a fantastic story. I did get the draw. I got the draw. I got drawn in. It was pretty bait and switch, man. I was kind of pissed. But no, I'm not really pissed. If it's a good movie, you don't get mad. Um, and it was just an insane story. This is basically a story, an insane story written in an insane way. You're gonna be shocked. Um, the cinematography is clean and nice and cool, but it is slow. The shots are very long. Some of the shots are like 30 seconds, and they're just like so long. I guess that's his style. But what really matters is the story. The story is the strongest. The writing, the acting is very good. The acting is very, very good. Very good acting everywhere. The sets are great. The locations are great. Um, Story, the visuals. It is like it is a really thought out movie. It's a shame that it only hit 5 million. So that means not that many people have seen this movie. You might see it on a streaming service, but this movie should have got at least like 40 million. Which is ironic is that the movie is a great story. It is a bit slow. It made $5 million. This movie with Zendaya is dog poop. It does show some fan service with Zendaya, but this stupid movie made $100 million. What the hell are we doing, guys? Why are we throwing away your money on shit movies and passing on good movies? Now, would I say go out and buy the card counter? Probably not. This movie would have been a good movie in the theaters. It would have been a good theater movie, and it's still a good home movie. Um, I don't know how rewatchable it is. For you to buy a movie and put it in your physical collection, it has to be rewatchable. Now, I don't know if I want to rewatch this. It didn't really have the fan service that I expected, and there's a lot of male genitalia in this movie, and I did not like that, but it made for a great story. It's a great story. You can't really show it to your friends or you can't show it to your friends, you can't show it to your parents. So, uh, word of caution is don't put male genitalias in movies. Censor them out or do something like that. But it was a great story. It's one of those movies I definitely recommend you watch, but be advised the rated R graphic nudity is male genitalias. That's the rated R. And if you see Taxi to the Dark Side, it has even more. It's horrible, horrific. It's a horrific thing. This movie is like it talks about horrific things, and if you want a movie that mixes the World Series of Poker with Taxi to the Dark Side, then watch that movie. If you don't care about a really good story, if you want to watch a movie that has a very good story, watch that movie. Watch The Card Counter. But if you don't want that, if you don't want a artistic like story and filming, then don't watch it. It's not for everyone. I would say this one was a lot better than The Challenger. The only good thing about this movie is Zendaya shows her butt for like 2 minutes, and she might have a body double. So I got both of these movies when I was looking for some smut because I was bored and I was sick of watching the same garbage over and over again. So I said, all right, let's get some more adult themed movies and let's see how it goes. And I was thoroughly disappointed, man. Rated R don't mean crap anymore. Rated R means you're gonna see a bunch of dongs, so I hate that. But this movie did surprise me, and it did um, tell a great story with great acting. It is a slow burn, though. It is not one of those movies that you're going to see lots of action, lots of dialogue, lots of this, lots of that. It's going to be a hell of a slow ride, very slow ride, and then the ending is going to be insane. So if you want to slow your world down, you want to watch something, maybe have a drink, maybe have some whiskey, watch this movie. And just when you're almost bored to death, that's when the damn movie kicks and turns and changes, and it's insane. I don't know, you might be pissed at the ending, but I thought it was brilliant. I thought it was great storytelling. I thought it was fantastic. Um, I honestly thought from this Martin Scorsese was the director, but looking more closely, it's written and directed by Paul Schrader, and he wrote Taxi Driver, so he knows what he's doing when in the writing department. And he did pretty good in the directing department. It was okay. It was not the best cinematography ever, but it was good. It was all right. I think more people should watch movies like this than movies like this, just because Zendaya is going to show her butt in a movie doesn't mean you should go watch it and give them $100 million. 100 million, 5 million, 100 million, 5 million. That's prostitution, man. It's basically prostitution, because this thing is basically Zendaya bait for old perverts to go watch this movie. Look at the reviews. There are nothing but old creeps like me watching this damn movie. It's disgusting. So I'm ashamed of myself, and go and watch The Card Counter.